Do you know what is a rig logic for animation? It is a mapping that takes a set of controller parameters and deforms a mesh of a 3D character. Here we can see a user interface for the face animation. Although it is designed so that the animator can find his way around easily, it still takes a lot of time and effort to produce these results by hand. Of course, there are automated solutions, but even so it takes a lot of time to solve for a single frame, and we don't want to waste hours of our time waiting for the results that in the end might need a lot of manual correction. You might say, let's do this in parallel, solve a separate subproblem for each controller. Easy peasy, right? Not really. It produces a real mess because a lot of controllers are either correlated or affect the same region of the face. Also keep in mind that the industry does not have a unique solution, and we prefer sparse vectors because it is easier to work with them later. Well, let's then exploit this local nature, split the face into region, and solve several subproblems separately. But how do we split the face? It is an open problem. Do we find an expert to draw borders? In the case of blend shape animation, we can represent the face in the form of a matrix. This allows us to cluster the vertices of the face. So let's consider that we have clusters. What now? Should we fit a full set of parameters over each cluster? That would produce a list of different outputs that should be merged together. If we simply average them into a single vector, will this produce good results? Probably not. Also keep in mind that a lot of controllers are irrelevant in the majority of the clusters. But maybe this is the answer. Maybe we should only assign controller to the cluster that is relevant. This can be done with reclustering, and this sounds good because that would also impose sparsity. But again, this is tricky. We cannot cut clean lines between regions, and a lot of controllers would affect two or more clusters, and some are even global. So we would expect to have some overlapping elements. And what do we do with overlapping elements? We can average them, of course, but these results might not be perfect. It is better to include agent communication between clusters and keep shared elements consistent. And it seems that we finally got to the bottom of it for a single frame. But in the animation, temporal component is very important, and everything must transition smoothly across frames. That imposes additional constraints on the structure of the solution. My name is Stevo Rackovic, and the focus of my PhD is developing a distributed solution for solving in this rig that should decrease execution time without compromising the accuracy. The proposed pipeline is a part of our contribution, but we are also working on the specific details and the algorithms applied in each part of this process. Thank you.